During days when people are all talking about things have to be maybe more socialist and the Rothschild Boulevard protest, you're here with the Israeli Freedom Movement saying something totally different.
Exactly. We established the Israeli Freedom Movement during the recent weeks, and we are already accounted for hundreds of activists that are willing to go out to the street and say to the people that it's true that life in Israel become very difficult. The prices are incredibly high, but the cure to this problem is not by asking the government to step in and take over the Israeli market.
So what can be done?
The problem is overdoing of the government, is deep involvement of the government in every aspect of the market. We saw it in the dairy market, which is all organized like a monopoly of government law. We saw it in the construction and building market, that is 93% of Israeli land are controlled by the government and different subsidiaries of the government. And the solution will be to reduce the size of government, to lower taxes, and to open Israel, to establish a free market zone in Israel. This what will allow the Israelis to enjoy the beneficiary of their innovative skills, of the knowledge, of the know-how, and their ability to be the most prosperous economy in the world.
So while the protesters are saying the free market is dangerous, you're saying it's not really a free market enough.
Exactly. I mean, people blaming Pigish Capitalism as the reason to their problem, but this is a manipulation of public opinion. We don't have capitalism in Israel. We have a Pigish Socialism that control every part of the Israeli market and blocking innovation and blocking us from becoming what we can become in a free market.
So for those who aren't familiar with what really is going on, I mean, for example, in the dairy industry, there are a few companies, and that seems like a free market. Explain why that's not true.
Yeah, this what it may look like on the surface, but when you go deeper, you find out that the government regulates this market very heavily. You cannot open a dairy, you cannot open a farm, you cannot sell milk. You need to have a quota from a special committee that organizes the whole market, and you cannot also compete and import milk product to Israel unless you pay outrageous sum of money as a taxation. So the Israeli dairy market is the reason, the way it's organized, this is the reason for the high prices. The same thing happened in the honey market, the same thing happened in the building market, and so on and on. The oils and gas market as well. So what we need here is not less freedom and more government. What we need is less government and more freedom.
But your demands are that the government should do that, of course, right?
Our demand is that the government should do less, basically. Reduce the regulation, reduce the barriers, reduce the difficulties that Israelis experience in order to establish a business. The taxation in Israel is very high. Israeli taxpayer is working 168 days a year in order to pay his taxes before he starts enjoying the benefit and the fruit of his labor. This is unbearable, and this should be changed.
And what we're seeing here basically is classic left versus right in terms of economic, financial issues?
Well, basically, we are the first glimpse of right and libertarian and economic thinking in Israel. So far, we are working in a vast landscape that have only socialists all around us. So we are trying to fill this vacuum that Israel needs so desperately.
You know, something that the protesters are also saying is that some are saying, as a Jewish people, we have to be more merciful and things like that. They'll say that people like you aren't thinking about the poor and those who need help.
I think that if they really believe this statement, they should support my position, because basically what I'm saying is that tzedakah is given from a good heart or from a will to give, not by taken by force. This is not a real tzedakah. Basically, we are not a nation of poor people. We are a nation of people that can be rich if they only allowed to work and prosper. For the few poor that exist in every society, we can assist and help voluntarily, not by forcing us to do so.